Happy Labor Day, everyone. Hope everybody's having a great extended long weekend. We got lots of things going on. Today is going to be the official announcement of the winner of the signed Gary Vee book. So this is the signed Gary Vee book. That it's a terrific book. So Vicki will be doing that on the end of this video. Be picking a winner. I want to get right into the question. I'm just going to do one question today because I've got several different things that I want to talk about. But I got a question the other day from Chad. Chad Peace. I think that's the way you pronounce it. He asked, what are some of your suggestions, tips, or practices for keeping your router and router bits in tip-top shape for carving? Really good question, Chad. So there's a lot of things that come into play. Babe, if you can pan down here. I did, on my Instagram post this morning, I showed a couple of these bits. These are our bits, a few of them, the Profile 60 and 90. So the first thing as far as router bits is you can't let one router bit touch another, especially on the tip, because they're really fragile with each other. So you want to try and never let steel or carbide touch any of these edges, because that definitely could chip off the edge. So try to keep them separate. If you have the tubes like this, great. That's what I would suggest. Keep them in the tubes. If you don't, then keep them in a box where they're actually separated one from another. If nothing else, throw some tape around the tip, little plastic bags, anything that you can do to keep these bits from banging into each other. That's going to really help your cutters. The other thing is, and you guys have seen this before, I use a little Dremel tool. This happens to be a cordless one, but you can use a regular electric. And then after I cut a couple signs, I clean off the tips with this brass brush, and that's something that I do on a regular basis. We actually got a router bit in to sharpen over the weekend, and it looked brand new. And the gentleman that sent it in says after every sign he cleans it with a brass brush like this. So you may have other ways to clean it as well. Soaking it in vinegar, I think I've heard that works. Although I just use a brass brush and that works well for me. So that's kind of on your router bits. That's the biggest thing. Keep them clean and keep them away from each other where they can't bang into each other or bang into any other metals. Okay, so that's as far as the router bits go. As far as the router goes, most routers, this is a little Porcable 450 with our base plate on it. Most routers are flat on the top so that when you're done using them, you can just set them down that way. And that's fine, but just make absolutely sure that it's not running or slowing down when you set it on the bench, if there's any sawdust on the bench at all. The reason being is when this thing is running, and most of you, I'm speaking to the choir here, when this thing is running, it's sucking air up into the top of the router here. It pulls air in. That's where the air comes out at the bottom. So when it's pulling air in, if you set it on the bench top like this while it still is turning, it will suck sawdust up into the bearings and the armature and stuff. So do yourself a favor. Don't set it down. It sucks enough sawdust in there just as it's running. In fact, you can see a little sawdust on the tablecloth there. That's why I was getting the stink eye from the one behind the camera. She saw that. I tried to cover it up by putting that in front, but didn't work. She saw it. Anyway, So always try and not set this down in sawdust when it's running or even slowing down. That will help. The other thing is I blow these out, I don't know, once a month or so. I take my compressor and air hose and I just blow them out. That's a good practice for anything that's electrical that you're working in the shop. Many of you already have a dust collection system, so you don't have a lot of sawdust laying around like we do. Because we don't, our dust collection's a broom. Anyway, so that's some tips on the router. That's the biggest one that Dad actually taught me back when I was a kid. So that's about it as far as the question goes. What I want to do now is kind of show you what I did over the weekend. Last week I showed this sign. I was showing how this white primer works on signs, and it actually works pretty well. But what I did is I took this same piece, and I think I sprayed it actually on camera.
You did.
I think I did. I sprayed one coat. But if you look, it now, and I don't know, can you read that? Yeah, you can. Krylon over here, Helmsman spar urethane over here, has 10 coats of each. I did this over the weekend, and I want you to see the difference between the two. And I'm not sure, is that about right, Ben?
Right there.
I'm not sure if it's really showing up, but the Krylon definitely builds up faster, and it looks terrific. Now, whether the Krylon will last outside, that I'm still working on. You know, I've been purporting that the Krylon, up until a month or two ago, the Krylon works great outside. I'm not so sure now. I'm in the middle of testing. In fact, I'm going to put this outside and leave it in the weather and sun and everything, and see how it fares. And then this side, obviously, is the Helmsman. Now, I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but if you look at the white background, you will see that the white on the Helmsman side, because of the amber color, like we talked about the other day, it's a little dingier. Has a little bit less white look to it, somewhat yellowish. Not quite yellow, but anyway, it's diminished than it is on the side with just the Krylon, because the Krylon is clear. The Krylon is actually a clear acrylic, whereas, you know, obviously the spar has an amber color to it. So again, I wanted you guys to kind of see, because I'm doing a lot of testing, and I've got a lot of experiments that I'm going to be doing outside. But that Krylon, again, like I mentioned the other day, that Krylon may have failed on my personal sign. We got a hummingbird right outside the window. That's cool. He was actually just looking in the window. That was cool. Anyway, it may have failed on our sign because our sign is walnut, and I'm not sure, but I'm going to find out. So I'm working on that. So that is that. The other thing is, I made a sign over the weekend for a friend of mine, a good friend that I met years and years ago, probably 15 years ago at least, when I was living over in Northern California. A terrific guy, and he asked me to make a sign for him to give as a gift to another woodworker. And this is one that I've seen, but I've never made it before, but I thought it was kind of cool the way it came out. And
fly on it.
Anyway,
measure twig cut once.
So what's missing off of here?
The E.
The E.
I don't get it.
You don't get it. Measure. It's a thing that woodworkers have said for, I've heard since I was a little kid. Measure twice so you only cut once. Well, this indicates that he didn't measure, and he had to cut the E off.
Okay.
It's anyway. Woodworkers, you guys will know what it means. But anyway, I thought it was kind of cool gag gift to give to a woodworker. So this indicates that he he cut his board before he really measured what he wanted to fit on the board. And when you're making furniture, when you're woodworking, it's, you know, it's always measure twice. I generally measure like 5 or 6 times just to absolutely make sure before I cut my board. But anyway, I thought it was kind of a neat idea. So I'm shipping that off to him tomorrow. There's no mail today. But anyway, it was kind of cool. I thought you guys might, that's actually, it could be a product that other woodworkers would buy. Anyway, I thought it was kind of neat, so I had fun making that. All right, sign carvers of the day, and then we will get on to Vicky's portion of the video. So, first sign carver of the day, Robert, I think it's Repine, or it could be Rapine, Senior. His 4th sign ever, and this one's really got a cool image on it, graphic. This is for his niece. I think he said his niece. I wrote it down on the back.
Hold it up.
Therapeutic Writing Facility.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah, very
Just
cool.
a cool graphic. I love carving graphics like that. Those come out so well.
Okay.
When they're black and white like that, black and white silhouette white, they just come out really neat. Anyway, great job, Robert, for his 4th sign ever. Amazing. All right, and last but not least, my buddy Frank Jenkins. He had he did this as just a volunteer thing. This as at his church, and this is a sign that needed to be replaced. Obviously, I don't know how long it had been sitting out there, but he needed to replace this sign. So let me show you what he did.
Okay.
This is the sign that he came up with, which is really, really cool.
Wow.
He built the whole thing. He built the frame, some of the details on it, and I think, uh-oh, am I messing you up?
Yep.
I think this is the back side of the sign, if I remember right. All right, so let me help. I think this is one side of the sign, and that's the back side of the sign. Does that help?
Hold on, don't move. What's this say? Go in the peace of the Lord. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Now, some of the details on this is he used Select Pine, 6 coats of Minwax spar urethane, I'm assuming, 4x4 frames, 4 coats of paint.
Put the page down a little bit.
He used the profile bit and the 90. Took him about 2.5 months to complete this project because he doesn't have a shop. I think he carves in a carport and rain and nasty weather and all that. And he has about 60 hours in this sign, which Frank, amazing job. It just looks so nice. Great job, great job. So I'm sure the parishioners are super happy with it. So I think that is it for my part. So I think we'll move on, and here comes Vicky. She'll do the giveaway on the Gary V book. Here we go.
Okay, guys, hello. We are going to do our book drawing. I'm excited because I get to do the drawings, all the ones we do. So I want to introduce myself to all the new subscribers. I'm Vicky. I am Eric's wife. And as Frank Jenkins calls me, I am the queen. Thank you,
yes,
Frank.
Yes, you
are. So, first of all, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. You've made Eric's day, week, month, year, whatever. And everything is so exciting around here. I wish you guys could be in this atmosphere. I will be soon, full time. But let's see, what else did I want to say? I can't remember.
Thanks for all the comments.
Oh yeah, I want to show you guys if Eric can scroll over here.
I'll try. I'm not a camera guy.
He's not the camera guy. I'm the camera gal. These are all the names of the folks that entered into the drawing with some awesome comments. Thank you guys so much. Let's see, we have, I'm going to try not to do this too fast. If you can see, the names are here. They're numbered over on this side, we have 98 entries into the drawing for the book. So I wanted to show you that real quick. 98 people. Good luck, everybody. Now we're going to go to our, let's see, here we have the random number generator, which I just found online. I want numbers 1 through 98. All right, ready? Drum roll. All right, here we go. Get results. Random number 100. Oops, wait. Oops. Oh, I did it wrong. We're going to do it again. Number 1 through number 98. All right, here we go. We're going to do it again.
For real this time.
This is for real. That was just a test. I was making sure you guys were paying attention. Ready?
Yep.
Number 71. See here? Can
there
you see
it is.
it?
I
71.
can.
So let's see. Number 71 is whoop. Well, we flipped over to his page there. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. That's what I wanted, and I'm going to make it bigger so we can see you.
Oh, Tup.
Tup Yarrow.
Tup.
Yay! Congratulations,
Congratulations, Tup.
So now what I need from Tup is I need you to send Eric an email with your address and your information so that we can send you Gary's book. This is an awesome book. I haven't personally read it, but Eric has listened to it on the...
I do audiobooks.
He does
and
audiobooks.
I've listened to it probably 10 times.
And it is autographed by Gary Vaynerchuk. So send us all your information so we can get this to you in the mail.
We may already have Tup's information, but send it to me again, Tup. Obviously, my email will be in the description of this video, like it is on pretty much every video. But send us what you got, and we'll get that book off to you right away.
So congratulations, Tup. Awesome. And again, thank you everybody who sent the comments and entered into the drawing.
I want to be doing more drawings for stuff.
We need to do more.
We're going to be doing more drawings,
We got
guys.
some really exciting stuff coming too that we can do drawings with. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you. It's a secret.
Good girl.
It's exciting.
Good.
So anyway, you guys have a great day. I hope you had a good weekend. Happy Labor Day.
So we got coffee and questions coming up on Wednesday.
Coffee questions on Wednesday. Newsletter on Friday.
Yep.
Saturday, Dave's Memory Lane, which I enjoy watching those. I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, the last one he did, how he became a CMA member.
Yeah.
I knew he was, but I didn't know all the details of how it came about.
Yeah,
It was pretty cool.
I never know any. Yeah. So anyway, you guys have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe and stay happy.
And please subscribe if you haven't subscribed.
Please subscribe. I'm sorry.
See?
I'm sorry.
You're always good at telling me.
Well, yeah. 35 years. Anyway, so you guys, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. And don't forget the little gear box that will click on get notifications so that Eric will give you, you will be notified of any upcoming videos. Thumbs up. Let us know you like us. And like him, not me. I don't know. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.